Let's look at exercise 2. This is the opportunity we're going to have to create our first applet. When using JCreator and creating a project for the first time, we're going to go to File, then to New, then to File. We're going to create an empty Java file. That's what I did here. We're going to choose a location to save the file, and we're going to give it a name. In this case, I called it hello.java with a capital H. Now, the file name and the class name must be the same. So if we look at the code that we were given in the handout, it says hello, public class hello. That means that our file name must be hello, and all Java files end in .java. Once we put that in here, we've got the location that we want the file to be saved at. We're going to click Finish. Since I've already got it created, I'm going to click Cancel. We're going to go ahead and put our code in. The import statement for the Abstract Window Toolkit. The import statement for the applet library. The applet library gives us the applet class, which we are extending because we are creating a new applet. The JLabel, or the label class, JLabel, we're not there yet. The label class comes from the Abstract Window Toolkit and gives us a label just like the JLabel. The constructor will take the text that we want displayed, so I've decided to go ahead and provide that hello.world or hello world as the text, as the string that the constructor can take and hello world will be placed in that label. In the initialize method, which again, think of it like our constructor method, or you could even think of it as a main method, because it is the method that is called when the applet first starts up. This is where we're going to add all the components to our applet window. And so I can call add and provide the label hello. And that will add that label to our display, or to our applet. Now, we need to build this file. We need to turn it into a bytecode file. Usually we would simply run it. That would cause it to compile and display the application or run the program at the command prompt. The problem here is we're not doing that. This is an applet. It must be embedded in a web page. We haven't done that yet, but we do need to compile it before we can do anything else. In JCreator, we have two options to do that. We can go to the Build menu and click on Build File. Building the file compiles the file without trying to run it. You should see down here Process Complete. If you see something other than Process Complete, that means you have an error and you're going to have to go fix it. If you double click on the top line of the error message, it'll highlight the line that you're having a problem with. Now, you may have noticed that JCreator does not tell you when you've made a mistake in advance. It also doesn't provide what we call IntelliSense. Some people like IntelliSense, some people don't. They don't like the suggestions. Either way, know that you don't have that here. You're not going to find your problems until you go and build. Your other option for building is right here in the toolbar. It's right next to the little thing that looks like a play button. It's a build file. You can also click on that, and that will also build this file for us. And what it's going to do is create a hello.class file. The class is the compiled bytecode that will be run against the Java virtual machine. Now, we need to embed this in a web page. We could go to Notepad, open it up, create a new page, write all the HTML, and include the object tag information. In this case, we're not going to do that. We don't need to do it. I did give you everything in exercise 2A, but we can actually make this very easy on ourselves. I can go to File, New, then go to File again. I can choose Other. I can choose HTML Applet. I can click Next. We're going to want to make sure that we save this HTML file in the same location as our hello.java file. I'm putting them both in my Documents folder. And I'm just going to call this hello.html. And I'm going to click Finish. And it generates for us an HTML page complete with the applet tag, which is also just like the object tag, except The only difference is the object tag can be used for just about anything. The applet tag is specific for Java applets only. And there are 3 attributes that we have to provide when we use the applet tag. The first one is the code. What is the name and where is the location of our compiled Java file? Well, the compiled file is called hello.class. If it compiles successfully, it will be called hello.class. So it's going to be capital H, E-L-L-O. So hello.class. And then we have to set the size we want our app. How much of this web page is going to be taken up by this applet? What is the size of this applet? Again, we're providing width and height in pixels. In this case, the instructions asked you for a width of 150 and a height of 100. And this is going to put the applet in the center of the screen. Now, I'm going to save this HTML file. You could go and open your browser and find this page and display it in order to test your applet. And we will do that in a moment. But Java offers us a tool that we can use to test our applets called the applet viewer. To take advantage of the applet viewer, we have to be in our HTML file. We have to have saved it. And if we go into JCreator and we click the play, which is the run project, and we click that button, it is going to see that we are using, that this is an HTML file with an applet tag in it, and it is going to launch a little something called the applet viewer. Now I have to see what's going on here. Hello.class, hello.class not found. All right, let's build this. If you run into a problem, you'll need to use the lightning bolt to stop things. I'm going to build this again. Let me make sure where I saved this. Documents, hello.java. Oh, you know what? Can't do it to a network share. One of the little quirks here, you can't save to a network share. You can't do this off of a network share. It's got to be off of a legitimate drive. So I'm just going to change the location here to my C drive. I'm going to build this, and I'm going to save as this also to C drive. Now, you guys shouldn't have a problem with this, but because I'm doing this from home, I have about 8 zillion shared drives running around my system. All right. Now we'll try this. Much better, much better. For some reason, the applet viewer doesn't work very well from a shared drive. I apologize for that. At any rate, you should get a small window about 150 pixels wide by 100 pixels high that says Hello World. And this is the applet. This white area is the applet. This is a testing tool. Now, I could, if I wanted to see what this looked like in real life, go to Internet Explorer, go to File, Open, find my HTML file. I happen to know that I stuck it on my C drive in the Java folder. And open it up. Now, you may get a warning. Internet Explorer restricted this web page from running scripts or ActiveX controls. Again, for safety reasons, active content has been disallowed in almost every browser. You will get prompted about this when you run it. You're going to have to click on the Allowed Block Content button, and it will run the applet. And as you can see, here is our applet window. The background was black by default. If we go back to JCreator and look, we see that the background color is set to 0000000. That is hexadecimal for black. Colors can be either certain color names or a hexadecimal notation. And you can see the background is black. Here is our applet. Our applet is white. It is 100 wide, or 150 wide by 100 tall. And you can see the label Hello World. Congratulations, you've just created your first applet. I want you to take what you've learned and go on and work on exercise 3 now. When you're finished with exercise 3, you can watch the walkthrough video and we'll go over it.